Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. We are here in Newark Museum in Leicester, showcasing the Sikh Museum initiatives, VR headset and virtual reality technology. Today's been a really quite a fantastic day where we've taken what we have from the Sikh history in the Sikh Museum with our augmented reality and our virtual reality headset, and we've taken it out into the British public for an opportunity for them to engage with Sikh history, but also see some of the work that we've been doing. Today we've brought with us our augmented reality, where we've taken objects from Sikh history, artefacts from Sikh history, particularly the Anglo-Sikh period, related to Maharaj Ranjit Singh Ji, post-Maharaj Ranjit Singh period, Maharani Jinder Kaur, Maharaj Dalip Singh. And we've recreated these objects in virtual reality. So just as you would see an object in a museum, so if we go around this museum, you see lots of glass cabinets with objects there. Here you can actually interact with the objects. One of the great values of using technology, so that rather than it being something static behind a glass, it's something a child can engage with. And the reactions that we've had have been really very positive. It's engaging, it's using gaming technology, things that children are very used to. And put a child in front of one of these screens and they know exactly what they're doing, zooming in, looking at the detail, reading the history. The other thing that we have brought with us today is actually our VR headset. So an emerging technology that we have is virtual reality. It's where people will put on a headset and you will be fully immersed in a completely different world. And when you put on our headset with the Sikh Museum Initiative's virtual reality kit, you're taken to a completely different location, and in this location we've actually got the artifacts and objects. Now some of these objects you can actually interact with, so in the virtual reality you can use the controllers to pick up a shastra and move it around and really experience what it might feel like being in your hands. We're really quite passionate about taking this project out, sharing Sikh history with not just the Sikh community, but everyone, the British public, and the response that we have had has been fantastic. And we hope more and more moving forward we'll be able to share our glorious history, the fantastic history that we have in the Sikh Raj with the British public. But also, it's a wonderful reminder to us about where we come from, where our Qawm comes from. We say that we are the children of Maharaj and Shahnshah, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj being our father. And I think we have to recognize the greatness of the Sikh Empire and the sheer richness of our heritage. I hope that you have a wonderful day seeing some of the other things that we're doing, and I wish you hopefully to see you soon, and hopefully you can see our kit, or you can check out our website, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. One of the key aspects of this project is about making history accessible to young people. One of the great challenges that we have now is a lot of young people are not used to going to a library or reading books and reading research. A lot of it is done online using technology. And this is one of the reasons why we're trying to capture the use of technology to make history accessible, to make this information accessible to young people. Because from the way we see it, the future is in the young people's hands. And if we create the technologies and the mediums by which they can engage with Sikh history, they'll be much more likely to engage with it. So rather than your child having to go to a museum to see an object, the museum is in their pocket. The artifacts are on their phone. Every child, every family has a phone, has that technology, and we want every child to have access to this, so that out and about, when you want to learn about Sikh history, you can pick up your phone and you can engage with it straight away. This is a key thing that we want for the future, is to really engage the wider, students, the pupils, and the wider community, so that moving forward, as this technology develops, we're on the cutting edge of that. We're using this technology to access millions of people around the globe. And it's not an object that is just in one location. You can share this object, you can share it with your friends, and it can travel all around the world. And one of the things I really find fascinating is when, having taken this into schools, the amount of information that our children retain, they remember the details that we talked about, the aspects of the objects that maybe a person who had first seen it wouldn't remember, but the children pick it up. For them, it's intuitive. And I think this is one of the great skills and strengths of this project, because it's accessible to young people. And we hope more and more young people will engage with it and learn more about our Sikh history.
Hello Maya, how are you today?
Good.
Okay, so today you've seen some objects in virtual reality. Can you just talk a little bit about what you saw today?
And in the first part, it was like a motorbike and loads of buildings, and there were just different objects like gold necklaces and stuff.
Okay, have you ever seen these objects before at all?
No, except for the motorbike and buildings.
Okay, and what other objects did you see? Did you see swords?
There was like cannons and swords.
A cannon, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a cannon before?
Yes, that's in Spain in like a castle.
Okay, so this was a Sikh cannon that you
Yeah.
saw today, which was from the 1840s. And did you see any jewellery as well?
Yeah, there's like a golden necklace.
A golden necklace, okay. And what else did you see? Was there did you see a coin as well?
Yeah,
Okay, and what was your favourite out of all of those?
the cannon.
You like the cannon out of
Yeah.
all of them?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so have you ever been to a Sikh museum before?
Yeah, no.
No. Okay, so this is the first time you're seeing Sikh
Yeah.
objects on touchscreen and virtual reality.
Yeah,
Out of 10, what number would you give out of 10?
10.
10 out of 10? Okay, thank you very much. Hello, Paula. How are you today? You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so today you've seen some objects in 3D. Can you tell me what you saw today?
I saw some jewellery.
You saw some jewellery. Okay, what kind of jewellery was it? Was it a necklace?
Yeah, and then I saw a bracelet too.
Okay, and then did you see a Sikh cannon at all with wheels on it? Okay, what did you think of that? What else did you see? You saw a cannon, you saw jewellery. What else did you see?
I saw a shield.
You saw a shield. Okay, and what colour was the shield? Do you remember seeing the colour of it? Was it brown?
It was bronze or silver.
Okay, I think it was bronze. Okay, and have you ever seen these objects ever before?
I have seen the jewellery, but not the cannon or the shield.
Okay, thank you very much for being on the Sikh channel today.
Okay, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Taran Singh, and we're here at the New Walk Museum in Leicester today, and we're displaying some touchscreens which are showing 3D Sikh artefacts, and we've also got a virtual reality headset which allows children to see the objects in 3D in front of them. So the idea that we had a few years ago was the problem that we have is that we don't have access to a lot of the Sikh artefacts. Some of them are scattered around the UK, some of them are in private collections and we can't get access to them. So what the 3D technology allows us to do is to digitize these objects or scan these objects or 3D model these objects and then put them onto touch screens, put them onto the internet, put them onto mobile phones, put them onto VR headsets so that our children, next generation, can experience these objects. The other issue that we're finding is that when children go to museums, they get bored because they're used to kind of new technology, new media. So when they're looking at objects behind glass, they don't really get to kind of interact with the object. With this technology, we can allow the children to actually pick up the objects, play with the objects, zoom in and play around with them. So it gets them more engaged with the objects, and so we're kind of introducing new audiences to these historic objects. So there's a lot of education that's involved and awareness about these objects. Now, a lot of the objects that we found are in museum stores, and the reasons that they're stored away and not shown publicly is because there's not that much demand, because a lot of our Punjabi Sikh community, they're not going to museums. So what's happening is when there's no demand, then they don't bring the objects out. As we're starting to go out to the museums and see what kind of things they've got in their stores and asking them, requesting that, can you bring these objects out? More and more they're starting to bring, to display these objects publicly. So we need more Punjabi Apne Sikh people to attend these museums, create a big audience and make a demand that we see more kind of Punjabi related objects out there. So I've been working in the 3D field for the last 15 years now. So I work mainly in engineering and architectural companies, doing 3D modeling of buildings and objects, new buildings, interior designs, that sort of stuff. We're using the same technology to recreate historical artifacts that the engineering companies are using to create visualizations for buildings. So what we're finding is that young people especially, they're really able to kind of interact with the objects, they get more interest in the objects, and we can build kind of lessons, build learning around that, and also kind of get them more engaged in the content and the history. So we're going to be working the next few years. We're working on more objects. We've got objects that are going to be coming from Leeds Armories, more objects coming from the Victoria and Albert Museum. Now the museums have seen the quality of our work and they've seen the type of things that we're doing. They're actually starting to support us now and saying, you're allowed to come to our museum and we'll give you the objects and you can digitize them. Next hope is that one day we'll be able to go to India and digitize some of the objects and some of the spaces in India as well to preserve them. Because once we've scanned something or once we've made it in a 3D model, we've got it forever then. We can, if anything ever happens in the future, and I'll give you a big example, was in Syria. We know there's been a war going on there and everyone's been displaced and a lot of the historical objects have been damaged or lost or stolen. And because of 3D scanning and 3D printing, we are able to preserve those objects even if they're digitally, and we're allowed to share them. So if we've got one object in one museum somewhere, only certain hundred amount of people can come to that museum physically to see it. But because it's digital and we can put it online, and you can go onto our website, onto anglo-sikhmuseum.com, go into the relics page and you can view all these 3D objects. And if you've got a Google Cardboard or VR headset, you can actually put your headset on and actually see the object in front of you and be able to look at it in different ways. And we're also pioneering a new technology called augmented reality, where you can use your mobile phone to see the object in front of you. I'll show you a quick demonstration in a bit. Okay, so this is augmented reality that we were talking about. What this does is it overlays the 3D object into your existing environment. So what it means is as this object is here, I can zoom into it and I can zoom out. And so what we've also got on this is you can actually look at different... Now this is the Kalgi of Maharaja Dalip Singh. And what we're able to do is the kids can actually come in and explore it and actually zoom in and have a look at the object using a mobile phone as if the object was existing in the same space. We've also got audio on this, so if you press that, it'll actually give you a little explanation of what the object is. So if I come again, and then we can see Maharani Jinda Kaur's Panjangala, and you can see the amount of detail that you've got on it. And so it's more about you exploring the different parts of it and seeing, you know, what is it. So these are the type of things that we want to create for the next generation so they can explore and experience these historical objects.
There's a 3D coin I could see. It looks amazing. The Guru Nanak coin. And then there's all sorts of other trinkets. The Sophie Dulip Singh Tika. Looks like some sort of ornamental piece, like jewellery. And it's all in 3D. So you can see it right in front of you, sort of virtually. And it's amazing. It just looks surreal, nothing that I've seen before.
Okay, so today you've actually just seen the virtual reality headset. So tell me, what do you think about the experience? Why do you think experiences like this are important to like the whole kind of...
See, this is amazing. I mean, it's the first time I've seen some of these trinkets in 3D glory. So you had a cannon perched along some sort of ancient sort of land. Okay. Then you had loads of trinkets. You were able to see coins. You were able to see like a necklace. Okay. And it was all in 3D and virtual reality. So it was there in front of you. So objects that you can't necessarily touch, but to see it in front of you in that sort of 3D vision, just looks amazing.
So do you think this experience is better than a normal museum experience, do you think?
I think it kind of it combines the experience. So you've got the traditional artefacts that you can see in museums, in the houses, as well as the virtual reality, which is the way to go. And then obviously there's stuff that is hidden over time or not available anymore. So to be able to recreate facets and objects that you can no longer see in museums must be the way to go. And I'm grateful that I was able to come here today and experience that.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਸਿੱਖ ਚੈਨਲ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਣੇ ਨੂੰ, ਇੱਥੇ ਨਿਊ ਵੋਕ ਮਿਊਜ਼ੀਅਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੈਸਟਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡਾ ਡਿਜੀਟਲ ਸ਼ੋਕੇਸ ਦਿਖਾਣੇ ਨੂੰ। ਤਾਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਗੁਰਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਮਾਨ, and basically what we're doing today is doing a digital showcase during half term for children and adults alike to show them the Anglo Sikh virtual museum. So what we've been doing is going around museums all across the UK and working with private collectors to actually digitize objects in 3D and make them available onto our website, which is www.angloseekmuseum.com. So at the moment we have been working with museums like in Nottingham and other museums across the UK as well, including the Royal Armouries and the Victoria and Albert Museum as well. So we have a long list of objects we want to recreate, but essentially we want to make history come alive, because आज दिनों ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੱਚੇ ਹੁਣ ਬਹੁਤ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਘੱਟ, ਡਿਜੀਟਲ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀਜ਼ ਬਹੁਤ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਫੋਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ, ਆਈਪੈਡ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ। So we're making these objects available so ਸਾਡਾ ਬੱਚੇ can actually learn about our Sikh ਇਤਿਹਾਸ, not just today but in the future as well. So the actual Anglo-Sikh virtual museum can be seen, like I said, on our website. We have on there things from the Sikh Empire, including the Kohinoor diamond, which was created at the time, which was actually at the time of when Maharaja Ranjit Singh was alive. We have jewellery related to Safire Dalip Singh as well. We have other objects in the collection, and we intend to actually digitize lots more as well in the future. We need the Sangat to help us and support us where possible, and we hope the Sangat will join with us and actually make this a great experience for us as well. And that's the thing, because the problem with schools is they only teach a certain amount of history, whether it's even British history, they don't even teach as much as it should be. So what these objects do, but how it relates to British history as well, so it kind of teaches you about all communities, just through objects essentially. Yeah, that's a Sikh flag, okay. Do you want to take a leaflet as well? Okay. Yeah. So in 5 years' time, we would like to take this project not just in the UK, but to take this project abroad as well. We want to take this project into India and Pakistan as well. We would like to create objects which are, decaying or falling apart in Pakistan and all these sacred places that belong to the Sikh Qawm as well. So we appeal to Sikh organisations in India and Pakistan to get in contact with us so we can work with them and we can make these objects come alive as well. Because the Sikh Empire is a story we need to tell the whole world. It's not just for ourselves but for the whole Qawm as well. And hopefully with the Sikh Sangat's kind of help and resources we can do that as well. Okay? So feathers were actually kind of sometimes to show a sign of royalty as well, okay? So sometimes the Sikh generals who of a very higher nature would actually wear them, and that was actually just to kind of show a bit of royalty essentially. Yeah?
Yeah, I think serious. Someone else is going to. That would protect the main part of the body.
Yeah, so that would actually be wool on top of yourself like this, and there's 4 plates, so that protects you against against swords.
Guys, stop touching, stop touching.
Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Charena. So when we're looking at it, this is a very special armour that Guru Sahib Ji wore in the Battle of Pangani. Now this, can you see, there's one plate here that goes at the front. Can you see these two with the curved? So this goes over your shoulders and these straps, and this comes on either side. And can you see on there, what do we have written there? What did we just read just now? This is a microphone, so this is for when I'm talking about what we've been talking about with the screen.
What is this?
Ooh, what does it look like, Both?
Is it like as similar as this one?
It is similar. It's a bit of jewelry. So this is actually the Kohinoor. This was the biggest diamond in the world, and it used to be worn.
And is that glass?
No, it's diamond. It's a very special stone, and this was actually owned by Maharaja Ranjit Singh, and it's a really special.
Maharaja Ranjit Singh.
No, Maharaja Ranjit Singh.
Who is he?
He was the Maharaja of Punjab. Very special Sikh. He created the Sikh Empire. So this is how the Kohinoor used to be kept. Can you see there's a big diamond in the middle?
Yeah.
Can you see how it's cut? And there's 2 diamonds on either side. And it used to be worn around the arm.
Wow,
Ooh, very good question. But this is actually the Nanak Shai Sikka.
Is it similar as this one?
It is a bit similar because it's round. Can you see? It's made out of metal. This is a medal, but this is a coin. Do you know how, like, when we go to the shops?
Is it
you
like a money coin?
Yeah, it's a money coin. And in the good Maharaja Ranjit Singh's empire, he used to have special coins. But on those coins, he used to always sow so much love and respect
Did
to
he
Guru Nanak
spend
Sahib.
it?
Yeah, people used to spend this money. And can you see in here? This is Maharaja Ranjit Singh.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there in front of Guru Nanak Sahib. And he's actually giving a flower to Guru Nanak Sahib as a gift to show how special Guru Nanak Sahib Ji was to him. Yeah? And can you see this? What's this in the middle? Can you see this? What is that?
Flag.
Yeah, very good. It's the Nishan Sahib. And that's the flag of
The
the Khalsa.
Shad Sahib.
Very good. And that's the flag and Nishan Sahib of the Khalsa. So on Maharaj
I
Ranjit
know
Singh,
what's this. That's his light.
that's Guru Nanak Sahib's light. No,
How do we take it off?
no, it's always there.
So the Sikh friends we have here, on top of their turbans, they would actually wear the kalgi on top of their heads, basically. Yeah? And what we call the 5Ks. That's correct. Okay, we've got some jewellery there that you're looking at as well, okay? That's called the panjangala, and it's actually worn on your hand, basically, in between your fingers. Yeah? That's right. So it'll be worn across the fingers. Okay, choose another object then. Choose one more. Okay, so that's the Sikh helmet. If you make it slightly bigger. So what happened was, we just talked about the Sikh turban, but sometimes during the Sikh empire, some of the Sikhs used to wear these helmets. So they would take the turban off and they would wear these helmets. But because the hair's tied up, there's a space for the actual hair to be tied up as well.
And then for weddings, yeah. Wanting to feel like a princess. Should we make that smaller so we can see what it is?
See the flag?
They did. They would have worn it on their heads just there.
Yeah, there.
So the Avatar sword, it's got a weird shape of handle. Then it goes like half an oval, and the Panjatagal.
Just describe what you see.
It's on someone's hand, and it's like a ring on one, and then it's a ring there, and it's a ring there. And there's the high shield. It's got It's got like 4 buttons on it. Then it's got like a cow hoof on it, and let's think. Yeah. So the 6-pound field gun, which is the cannon, it's got really big wheels, 2 of them, and then it's got metal attached to it, and then it looks like it's just ready to fire. And then there's a flag there, and it looks like it's got like a sun. It looks like a sun in the middle of it, and it's quite pointy. And then at the top of it, it's like a piece of wheat, I think.
Okay, so we also want to connect with people in America and Europe as well. If there's items in people's private collections as well, we would like to know. And maybe these are objects we can recreate in 3D as well. We've already worked with private collectors in the UK, but if there's private collectors in America or anywhere else as well who want to contact us, we'd like to hear from them so we can actually bring this unique experience globally. So if anyone wants to contact us, they need to go onto our website, which is www.anglo-sikhmuseum.com, or they can contact us on info@sikhmuseum.org.uk. So if they contact us, we're also on Facebook, we're also on Twitter, and we're also on Instagram as well. And these are our social media handles where you can contact us if you want to get in touch with us. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Be ready for a night of musical brilliance with the one and only Satinder Sartaaj live. Bradford St George's Hall 27th March. Birmingham Symphony Hall 28th of March. Wolverhampton Grand Theatre 29th of March. Leicester de Montfort Hall 4th of April. Newcastle Tyne Theatre and Opera House 5th of April. London Royal Albert Hall 9th of April. Book at sartajlive.com or call 020 7099 6742.
Paul Jewellers, the largest jewellers in Birmingham, established since 1978 with 3 showrooms on Soho Road and West Bromwich High Street. We have all the latest wedding and occasion jewellery from traditional, antique, contemporary and stonework. Competitive rates, buy and exchange gold, custom orders are also available. Paul Jewellers, style, elegance, glamour where it matters.
ਯਾਤਰਾ ਟਰੈਵਲ UK ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਯਾਤਰਾ ਪੈਕੇਜ 14 ਮਾਰਚ 2020 ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਏਗੀ 15 ਮਾਰਚ ਇਸਲਾਮਾਬਾਦ